Alright guys, welcome back. Artix Gaming here. Don't have a gameplay video for you. You can watch the video in the background, but I've already uploaded it to my channel before. I was just using that for something that I could get quick and just use it to record this. But I wanted to talk about all the bullshit that has happened this year in the gaming industry, and games that have been released and companies that have been delving into some questionable business practices, I guess. The first topic that I have for today is actually going to be the game A Quiet Man. I don't know if you guys, you most likely have seen this game in some capacity or heard something about it. You play as a blind person, this blind guy. Straight up looks like he's built like a fucking jug of milk, with a woman's haircut and everything. I'm gonna have a small trailer, that the official one that they released, in the video after I talk about it, and I'm gonna come back and move on to the other things that I wanted to talk about. But first off, this game, okay, this game, you play as a deaf guy, okay, which I guess is better than their first idea of playing as a blind person. But throughout the game, this boy, I guess, I'm not necessarily sure how old he is. He looks to be a teenager, maybe 18. He can, read lips and do sign language and everything like that. But I'm assuming that you cannot. I can certainly not do that either. And you play as him. There's flashbacks that were recorded with real-time actors, like real people, and in those cutscenes you can only hear the man's heartbeat. That's it, only his heartbeat. You cannot hear them talk. You cannot hear him talk. That's it. You don't hear anything. You don't hear sounds. The whole game. There's no score. There's no music. There's no sound effects when you're actually doing the fighting of the game, which is the type of game that it is. You don't hear any of that, and you might have seen, if you watch like a review for it or something like that. There's actually a part in the game where they use real-time actors. Three guys get out of a car. It's always three guys that are trying to beat you up for some reason, trying to beat up this physically impaired person. But these three guys get out, and they have, I believe they have baseball hats on the first time you see them in the real time, and then in the game they have bandanas on. So I thought that was a very interesting part of the game. The whole game is not necessarily interesting, but it's just so bad of an idea, and it's terrible. It's absolutely fucking shit. Okay, it's shit. And this was published by Square Enix. It wasn't necessarily developed by them. It developed by Human Head Studios, and I guess Square Enix might have provided some help with it along with that. But it's just piss poor. It's piss poor that somebody had worked on this game, and they said they had to go to somebody and say, yes, the game that has no score, no sound, no nothing, it's finished, and we're ready to sell it. And let me actually look up how much the game is, because I'm not necessarily sure. I don't think it is $60, but it might be. If it is $60, I will be absolutely appalled. Okay, on Steam it's 30% off right now. I wouldn't even play it if it was free, but it's originally $15. Let me read actually. This delivers an immersive, story-driven cinematic action experience, seamlessly blending high production live action, realistic CG, and pulse-pounding action gameplay. Pulse pounding. They say that because that's it. That's all you hear. Subtitles will only appear when spoken dialogue is intended to be heard or understood. That is crazy. That is crazy. They didn't even spend the time subtitling the whole game. They just said, yeah, subtitles will only appear when it's like important to the story. It's like, if you include the other parts that aren't fucking important to the fucking story and you're not going to have subtitles appear so I can read what people are saying, why put them in the game? Really, this stems back to why make this game in the first place. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, there's no way to for me to sit here and tell you that it's not terrible, because it is. It's shite. It's terrible. Such a terrible idea, and I can't believe that there was somebody out there that designed this game. And I'm not necessarily going to say they poured their hearts into it, because, well, what capacity could you pour your heart out for a game like this when you're making it? Okay, honestly, let's be real. Some people got paid for this and they thought it would be a good idea, a good cash grab, but it's not. It's this game is entirely what's wrong with this industry, because developers and publishers will just shovel out bullshit, absolute bullshit, thinking that us as humans are stupid enough to buy them. Now, I'm actually going to play the trailer right now and come back in some time while you guys watch it.
Yo! Wrong address, dog! No one ordered no chow! Way back there!
Alright, guys. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, you can look up things about the Quiet Man if you really want to, but I don't really think that it's worth even looking up, because if you look at the gameplay, if you look at reviews, it's utter laziness. That's all it is. That's all I can describe it as. Now, upcoming, also another lazy company, and actually a company that I really liked, and I still do, but I am not as trusting after all this. Now, I'm sure you've heard about the canvas bags that Bethesda promised for these special editions for Fallout 76. I'm not even going to touch on how shit that game is. It's the first Fallout game that I did not pre-order, besides the second one in Tactics, because I wasn't old enough to actually be playing games when those came out. But I want to talk about the canvas bags, okay? Just for a second. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. They came out and said oh, it's too expensive for us to make, so we're gonna turn around and we're gonna give you shit ass nylon bags. Okay, that's fine. All right, it's whatever. But you could have given them a refund, a partial refund, and said, here's some of your money back. Sorry that we promised you an item and did not think about the cost of it prior to the advertisement and everything like that. That's a screw up. Okay, that's a simple screw up for them not doing that. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It really does for the people that bought that and thought that they were gonna get legitimate nice canvas bags, and they didn't. Now, Bethesda had like it wasn't a big announcement, but they had a limited edition. I'm sure it's fifths of rum, Nuka rum, or whatever they called it, for $80. $80, okay. $80. All right, for a fifth, I'm assuming, of this rum. Okay, it's only 70 proof, 35%, like most rums are, like Captain Morgan, and I'm pretty sure Malibu is 35 too. It might be 30. So that's fine. That's fine. But really, what ticked me off was how they advertised it. It looked like you were getting a glass bottle that was blown in the shape of an actual Nuka-Cola bottle, like the ones that you see in the game, and you can buy them on Etsy too, if you really want them, and if you're really interested in them. $80, okay. And you know what the bottle was? The bottle was not glass. It was a generic glass bottle, like a Coke bottle. And instead of just making the bottle from scratch and actually implementing like the 3-point stand that are on the bottles, make it look like a rocket, they put a fucking plastic mold over the glass bottle. A glass mold, and they just sold it. $80. Okay, you're paying $80 for a generic Coke glass bottle with a fucking plastic mold over it. And if you really want to, you can go on Etsy and you can Pinterest or whatever floats your fancy, and you can look at the price of the other glass Nuka-Cola bottles that they have on there. It's not $80, okay? It's not. You're gonna be paying for a third of the price, okay? I haven't looked up any reviews on the rum or anything like that, so I'm not necessarily sure how good it is, but I assume it's just regular quality rum. Like if you went out and bought Captain Morgan, or maybe a step above that, for $80, okay? That is bullshit. We need to stop supporting these fucking companies when they do shit like this, because it's not gonna force them to make better items. They're just gonna scam us out of our money, like they always have been. Well, that's it, guys. Artix Gaming